So there was this kid I went to high school with named Mitch who liked to ding-dong ditch. His parents were rich, he shopped at Abercrombie and Fitch, he had this weird twitch, and he had perfect pitch, and he loved Lilo and Stitch. And his mom was a, well, you know what rhymes with Stitch, a whore. Well, anyway, every weekend Mitch would go around neighborhoods playing ding-dong ditch. He'd run up to people's houses and ring the doorbell and then just haul ass. But he never got caught, even though he bragged about it to everyone. Until one day, he decided to ding-dong ditch the wrong house. The ding-dong ditch witch. He went up to her house to ring the doorbell, but just before he touched the doorbell, the ding-dong ditch witch pulled out her wand and gave Mitch an itch that turned Mitch into an itchy little bitch. I'm talking he was so itchy all the time after that. He would itch in class, and people would think he had a disease. He would itch all day long. He couldn't sleep because he was so itchy. He would even itch while he was driving, and then he crashed his car into a ditch. He was paralyzed from the neck down, and his nose would itch, but he couldn't give it a scritch. That's a word. That's a word. It means the same thing as scratch. Look it up. And the hospital only had 2 movies, the movie Hitch and Lilo and Stitch, but it was the sequel, Stitch Has a Glitch, and he didn't like that one, so his nurse offered to switch it with her copy of Leroy and Stitch, but who's even ever seen that one? My main point is that he's still in the hospital bed to this day, paralyzed from the neck down, with an itch he just can't quite fix. So when I was in high school, we had school dances like homecoming and prom, and everyone would ask girls out trying to get dates to the dance. But there was this one kid who never had to worry about getting a date to the dance. Always had a date to the dance, Lance. You see, Lance was rolling in dates. Every time a school dance was coming up, all the girls in school would tell guys no because they were hoping Lance would take them to the dance. I asked so many girls to the dance in the craziest ways, and they still said no, hoping for a chance to the dance with Lance. I hired an airplane advertisement company to fly a banner asking a girl out, and she said no. I had the chorus class sing to a girl in class, and she still said no. And I even had the lunch lady spell it with french fries for a girl, and she said no. No one had a chance against Lance. Me and all the other guys were pissed. We would go to the dance without dates, and all the girls took one glance at Lance, and they were in a trance. And the dance was themed like France. I knew I had to stop this nonsense, so I put ants in Lance's pants, but it just enhanced his dance. So then, I pantsed Lance while he danced. Turns out he had a huge dong. He began to prance with it dragging behind him, and then Lance was expelled after that for refusing to pull up his pants. But I heard Lance has a degree in finance, and he loves plants. So when I was a kid, I was the hide-and-seek champion. All my friends would come over and we'd play hide-and-seek and no one could ever find me. They'd always yell, "We give up," and I'd pop out of my hiding spot, the champion. But then, this one kid showed up, his name was Hide-and-Seek Zeke. See, Zeke, he could hide in places no other human being could possibly fit in. It's like he had no bones, he could just slither into hiding spots like a snake. There was this one time, I was looking for Zeke for an entire 24 hours and I finally gave up. And Zeke jumped out of a fucking toaster. I know that sounds physically impossible, but it's true. I don't know how the he did it. And when it was Zeke's turn to seek, he would find everyone in seconds. Just gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Zeke was the new hide-and-seek champion. So this one time, Zeke was seeking, and I ran out of my house, hopped on a train to Boston, stowed away on a steamboat to London, changed my name to London Guy, got plastic surgery to change my entire face, and still Zeke found me. I was so pissed. So I decided to hide cameras in my house, and we played hide-and-seek again, and I saw Zeke hide in a box of Fruit Loops. So I lit my house on fire, and I ran out. So when I was in kindergarten, we would always eat marbles. We weren't supposed to, and for legal purposes, I should say you shouldn't either because they could cause an obstruction in your bowels and you could die. But for my made-up story, I used to eat marbles all the time. Other kids would eat cereal for breakfast, but I would eat a bowl of marbles. There was this one girl named Mabel the Marble Muncher. She would keep a pack of marbles in her pocket like they were Skittles. Whenever she used the bathroom, it sounded like she was shooting up the bathroom with a BB gun. Her shit looked like Reese's Puffs. One day, she challenged me to a marble eating contest, and I said, "You really want to do this, bitch?" But the teacher heard me and I got suspended, so I didn't actually get to beat her in the marble eating contest, and when I got back to school from being suspended, she had already moved away to Maryland. So back in high school, there was this kid named really wants to donate one of his kidneys, Dan. That was his real name, I'm not shitting you. And he really wanted to donate one of his kidneys. He would walk around the halls asking everybody if they needed a kidney. He would even ask the teachers. Every single day, all year long, he would ask everyone if they needed a kidney. He would fall to his knees in the cafeteria and scream, "Get this fucking kidney out of me!" So then, one day, this girl named really needs a kidney transplant, Riley, transferred to our school, and she really needed a kidney transplant. So it was the best day ever for Dan. But then, it turned out Dan and Riley weren't a match, so they couldn't do the transplant, and Riley died. But then Dan ended up giving one of his kidneys to our English teacher, Miss Can't Stop Drinking Alcohol Catherine. But then she died of liver failure.